Hi everyone, hope you are doing good and staying safe at home. Let's begin with a new session today.
In today's session, we are going to study a new topic, Unit 1, Section B, One Summer Night by Ambrose Bierce. Before going to the story, let me introduce Ambrose Bierce to you. Ambrose Gwyneth Bierce was an American editorialist, journalist, short story writer, fabulist, and satirist. Today, he is best known for his short story "An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge" and his satirical lexicon "The Devil's Dictionary". His book "The Devil's Dictionary" was named as one of the 100 greatest masterpieces of American literature by the American Revolution. One Summer Night is a terrifying yet humorous tale of Henry Armstrong, who is buried alive and terrorizes medical students or grave robbers who chose to steal his body for medical research. Here you can see the image of first few paragraphs of the story One Summer Night. I request all of you to read and understand the paragraphs well. Each part will be followed by the meanings as well as a summary of the given part. I hope you will understand the portion very well with the help of these meanings as well as the summary given. Here comes the next two paragraphs of the story One Summer Night. I request all of you to read it well. Here you can see some new words as well as the meanings of the words. First comes a ghastly. What is ghastly? Ghastly means a frightening and unpleasant. Then pleasantry. What is pleasantry? It's a friendly remark or greeting. Then perquisite. What is perquisite? It's a privilege or possession held exclusively by someone due to their position. Then comes a tranquilly. Tranquilly means peacefully. Inarticulate. What is inarticulate? It means not using clear words or unable to express thoughts or feelings. Then breeds, what is breed? It's a different kind of background or upbringing. Excavation, it's a cavity formed by cutting or digging. Then cascades. What is cascade? It's a little box. Persuaded, what is persuaded? It means convinced. I hope these words as well as the meanings are very clear to you all. The story "One Summer Night" opens with the thoughts of a man named Henry Armstrong, who has been buried alive. He comes to terms with this fact fairly quickly. He is very ill and has become apathetic about whether he lives or dies. He falls asleep with no concern for his fate. Meanwhile, above ground a storm approaches, as three men dig up the grave of Henry Armstrong. Two of the men are medical students and one of them is a cemetery employee named Jess. The narrator suggests that Jess has done this kind of thing before, and a horse and wagon waits outside the cemetery fence, presumably for the body of Armstrong. The grave has only recently been filled in, so the men finish the job easily. When Jess unscrews the cover of the casket, Henry Armstrong sits up, and the two medical students run away terrified. Jess stays. Now let's move on to the last part of the story One Summer Night. Here you can see the image of the last part of the story, One Summer Night. I request all of you to read and understand this part very well. It will be followed by the meanings as well as the summary of this part. I hope you will be able to understand the story very well with the help of this meanings as well as the summary given. Now let's see the new words and meanings. First one, pallid and haggard means pale and tired. Tumultuously, tumultuously means very loudly. Dissecting, what is dissecting? It means cutting up a body methodically to study its internal parts. Then comes defiled. What is defiled? It means made unclean. I hope these words are clear to you. Now let's move on to the summary of the last parts. Now let's see the summary of the last parts of the story, One Summer Night. The medical students meet the next morning at the medical college and express their apprehension about what they saw. They find a familiar horse and wagon hitched behind the building near the dissecting room. When they enter the room, they find Jess, who demands to be paid. On a table lies the body of Henry Armstrong with a fresh head wound. I hope the story is very clear to you all. Now let's move on to the comprehension questions. Here you can see some questions to check your comprehension. Try to answer these questions yourself, and you can even write the answers in the practice book. First one. What was special about the dead man Henry Armstrong? I hope it's very clear to you all. Second question. Who all were the three people tried to bury the dead person? Then comes, how do you know that Jess was of another breed? Fourth question. Why do you think the students wanted the dead body? And the last one. What agreements do you think the students had made with Jess? I hope you all will be quite clear with the answers, and I request all of you to write these answers in your practice notebook. Thank you, my dear children. I hope now the story One Summer Night is very clear to you all. Wish you all a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.